Alright guys, what is up? If you found this video, you are most likely interested in finding out exactly how I assess and work with my clients and build out their exact programs, meal plans, and fine-tune them over a 4-month period, over a 16-week period to enable them to lose fat and maintain the progress that they have achieved over that period. So that's what we're going to talk about today. That is what you are going to learn today. It's going to kind of be like more of a conversational video. Not going to do a bunch of takes, not going to just like throw a ton of information at you fast, kind of just going to be easygoing. Probably just going to do one take on this video. So first things first, obviously, like I just said, I work with my clients, one-on-one clients for weight loss transformation. Fat loss is the primary goal of most of the clients that I bring on, and I do a 16-week program, so a 4-month program. I feel that is enough time for me to really teach and educate my clients and obviously build the program out for them so that they can follow, make the adjustments over that time period. But I feel that that is the adequate amount of time for me to actually teach and give them that skill set and give them that knowledge to where down the road after that 4-month program is up, they're still able to continuously make progress down the road. That's my end goal as a coach, is for my clients to achieve their physique that they want or progress in getting there. So starting to lose fat, building muscle mass, increasing strength. Primarily the main goal is to lose fat while maintaining muscle mass and increasing strength. But I want them to be able to do that in 4 months, but I don't want them to just lose 20 pounds and then a month later gain the 20 pounds back because I left them in the blind. A lot of coaches out there will do that. They will pretty much spoon feed everything to you. They will say, do this, do that, eat this, eat that, change this, change that, and then they pretty much just say, trust me, bro. And they don't really give you the rundown. They're just like, trust me, just do this. And then so once you're done with their program, you're pretty much lost. You don't know what to do, and you kind of just like revolt back to your old ways, or you don't know how to adjust your program properly. What I'm going to do with my clients, and what I do with my clients, is I teach them exactly what needs to be done, why we're changing this, why we're adding this, why we're decreasing the volume on your back day, why we're increasing your protein, why we're decreasing the fat, why we're increasing your step count, why we're pairing this nutrient with that nutrient, or why we're switching out this food for that food throughout your program in that specific period of time. So then that way, once you're done working with me, you will know how to do everything on your own, and you're not going to just be left in the blind. My end goal, and what's really rewarding to me, and it's happened multiple times in the past, is I'll work with a client for 4 months, and then 6 months after I'm done working with them, they reach out and they're like, hey Corey, I just got a new bicep vein, or like, hey Corey, I'm down another 10 pounds, or hey Corey, I just hit a new PR on my squat. Like that's my end goal. I want you to graduate. I want my clients to graduate with that knowledge, with that skill set, to be able to continuously make progress once you're done working with me. I'm not just trying to lock in a client and spoon feed them forever. I feel like that's not very beneficial. I think everyone should be able to learn that skill set and be able to master everything on their own and not have to have a nutritionist or a personal trainer or a coach for the rest of their life. So that's just my approach, and that's my goal as a coach. So that's why I kind of do like a 4-month program with my clients, 16-week program with my clients. Really just teach everything to them over the first couple of months, 2-3 months, and then that last month it's almost like an apprenticeship. I'm pretty much just testing my clients' skills to make sure that they know why we're doing this, why your calories are here, why we're increasing them or decreasing them, why we're changing up the volume, why we're switching things around. That way they can make those adjustments and fine-tune their own program once they're done working with me. So that's just a little summary on like how I work with my clients, and my end goal with my clients is really just have them lose fat and have them be able to maintain the progress that they've made and be able to continuously progress once I'm done working with them. And then one thing I do want to say that a lot of people do not understand is that when you're getting to your goals, you follow a diet, you follow a program, you're getting good sleep, you're doing all of these things, you're following a regimen and a routine to make that progress. And then a lot of times people will make that progress, they'll lose 15, 20 pounds, and then they're like, okay, I reached my goal, now I can go back to doing what I was doing before because that diet was really hard or something like that. And then they lose their progress. See, that's the thing. You can't just do a diet and do a program, make the progress, and then revolt back to your old ways and expect to keep the results you made. It does not work like that. You have to find a program that's sustainable. You have to make changes that you're going to be able to sustain, because that's the only way you're going to sustain your progress. So that's why I never encourage like keto or fasting. Unless you want to do that for the rest of your life, I definitely don't recommend it. You might make progress for a short period of time, but if it's something you know you're not going to want to do forever, then it's just not worth it, because you're going to make progress and then you're going to lose progress. So that's one thing that I focus on with my clients, is really making those lifestyle and sustainable type changes that they're going to be able to continuously do forever. It's not just like, okay, let's lock in and go really hard for 16 months or 16 weeks and then go back to your old ways, or just slowly taper off, because then you're going to taper off with your results. So it just doesn't work like that. And I'm confused on why people think that. It's almost like the same concept as a man, for instance. A man works hard, he makes good money, he's loving, he's sweet, he's kind, he's funny, he's charming, and then that what does that do? That attracts his future wife to him. She loves him for all of those attributes. They end up getting married, and then the man stops working hard, he loses his job, he doesn't make money, he's no longer nice, he becomes a piece of crap. What's going to happen then? Are you going to keep your wife? Are you going to stay happy? No, she's going to divorce you, or you're going to end up in an unhappy marriage. You have to consistently keep doing the things that got you your reward, your woman, or your weight loss. You have to continuously keep doing that in order to keep your woman, or in order to keep the results that you made. So that's just an analogy I like to use. It literally works like that with like pretty much everything in life. So let's dive into it. The first thing that I do with a new client, the first thing that we're going to do is the initial consultation. So all of my new clients, hop on a phone call with them. 30 to 40 questions I think we go over. Really detailed information. Pretty much just get to know them as much as I can. Obviously, it's going to be like their age, their height, their weight. We'll get progress pictures, how long they've been lifting, what their goals are, why they have those goals, what their struggles are, their exact day-to-day routine, their step count, pretty much everything that I can, get every little detail. I just go through this list of questions with them on the phone call, note down literally everything they say. Sometimes the conversations go on a little bit of a tangent and I get more details that are going to be actually more beneficial that I didn't specifically ask. And so really those calls, it's kind of just to like build that bond, build that relationship with my clients, so I like can understand them better. I know what's like their limiting factors, I know what's their driving factors, I know a little bit about their background, I know their limitations, I know their injuries, and I know what type of training that they want to do and what they've done in the past. So it kind of just gives me a better outlook on how I'm going to build their exact training program, how I'm going to have them doing cardio, what their day-to-day looks like, because obviously everyone's life is different, everyone's journey is going to be different, right? Some people are construction workers, some people are working desk jobs, some people train differently. Some people are marathon runners. Some people are bodybuilders. Some people are just like average daily gym goers. Some people don't even go to the gym. So there's a lot of different things. So I really need to get to know my client. It's not just a standard program that everyone can follow. So that's really going to be how I get to know the client, and then get to know exactly what they're eating every single day, what their meals are looking like. And then once we do that call, and once I get those initial physique pictures from them, usually takes me a couple days to build out a program for my clients, just so I can really get thorough with it. And if I ever have any questions while I'm building it out for them, I'll just shoot them a text or shoot them a message or something like that and kind of build it out a little bit better, or have that question answered that I was wondering about. But pretty much everything that I'm going to build is complete training program, exact rep sets, suggested rest time, your warm-ups. I'll build out the cardio, then the meal plan and the exact meal plan, nutritional guidelines, and your meal plan structure. So pretty much I'm going to build out all of the foods that I want you to be eating, all the adjustments from your old diet, what you were following. Some people don't follow a diet at all. Some people had a diet previously. But pretty much everything that I'm kind of recommending as far as the meal frequency, the nutrient pairing together, proteins with carbs, carbs with protein. That's one thing that I recommend to pretty much everyone. You always want to have your proteins with carbs and carbs with protein. This is going to be for optimal digestion. So a lot of times if you're eating just a bunch of carbs, it's going to spike your insulin. It's going to make you have a blood sugar spike, insulin spike. You're going to get a sugar rush, and then you're going to get an energy crash, and then you're going to be hungry shortly after because that food is digesting so quickly. And it's going to lead to like imbalances in like energy levels. No one really wants that. You want like steadier energy. So you always pair either proteins or fats with that. So it's a slower digestion. You don't get that rapid blood sugar spike. You don't get that rapid insulin spike. So it's going to keep you full a lot longer. That's going to help a ton with weight loss clients, fat loss clients, because the number one thing that's a struggle when you're in a calorie deficit is you're hungry. So that's going to help curb your appetite a little bit better. And then obviously meal frequency is going to be huge. That's just going to boost your metabolism in general. So if you can keep feeding the fire, keep fueling the fire, it's really just going to increase your overall maintenance calories. So, and that's one other thing that I'm also going to build out is your caloric plan and your macronutrient plan. So that's pretty much just going to be what I want you eating every single day and what I want your macros to be every single day. And for those of you that don't know, there is a thing called, it's your maintenance calories, or if you're in a caloric balance, then there's also calorie deficit and calorie surplus. So just a quick little rundown on what that is. Pretty much what you eat and what you burn, if it's equal to each other, you will stay the same weight. So if I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and I am burning 3,000 calories a day, I will stay the same weight over a period of time. So if you want to lose weight, lose fat, you need to eat less than that 3,000 calories if that's what your maintenance is. So in order to change that, here's your 3,000, here's your 3,000. You either need to eat less so that you're in a deficit, or you need to burn more so that you're in a deficit, so that this side is lower. Or you can do a little combination of both, like right there, and then you're in a deficit as well. And that's typically what I'll do with my clients. I will put them into a calorie deficit. Obviously, I don't know their calorie deficit right off the rip. I don't care what kind of macro calculators you can find or calorie calculators you can find by typing in their height, age, weight, heart rate, whatever it is. You don't know how hard someone's training. You don't know how many calories you're burning exactly unless you're in a chamber that can measure the change of heat in the room, which no one's going to train inside of a chamber like that. I don't care what your watch tells you how many calories you're burning. You can't base it off of that. In order to find your maintenance calories, you need to be tracking everything you're eating, and you need to be tracking your body weight every single day and then checking it over like usually a 14-day period to see if you're maintaining weight or if you're losing weight or gaining weight. And then that'll kind of tell you whether you're in a maintenance, a deficit, or a surplus. So that's pretty much what we do. I'll assess each one of my clients and I'll kind of give them the macros that I recommend. Sometimes they're on point and then we don't even have to adjust them for a couple months. Sometimes we see that where we got them in a maintenance right there after that 2-week period, and then we need to kind of decrease them and get them into a deficit. Or sometimes they're actually in a surplus because their metabolism is a lot slower than what I initially thought based off of their training routine, based off of their muscle mass, age, height, weight, everything like that. So then we need to drop them down, maybe increase their activity a little bit. So, but pretty much that's what I do with my clients. I'll give them their macros, give them their protein, their carbs, their fats, and the carbs and fats are pretty much going to range depending on like what type of training they're doing. So if you're working out a lot, you're doing a lot of running, you're doing a lot of training and stuff like that, I'm going to want you to have a lot of carbs, especially if you're like leaner, already on the leaner side, you're going to have a lot more carbs. If you're really not training that much and you have a lot of excess like body fat, typically I'll keep the carbs a little bit lower because you have that extra body fat to use as fuel. And as far as protein goes, basically just based off of how much muscle mass you're going to have or how much you already struggle with hunger and staying full. A lot of times people are always going to say, oh, you need like 1 gram of protein per pound or 1 gram per kilogram or something like that. Yeah, that might be necessary for like maintaining muscle or building muscle, but they don't take into consideration the fact that protein fills you up a lot more and it's a thermic food, so it's going to boost your metabolism and it's also going to keep you satiated. So if you have a huge appetite but your metabolism is like not that fast, you need to eat a lot of protein so that you fill up quicker. That way you're not eating a bunch of like fats and carbs and like just still hungry at the end of every night. No one wants that. You want to be full. You don't want to be starving all the time. So that's a huge reason for having that protein even a little bit higher than the recommended amount. But pretty much we get you set up on the plan, get you locked in for like 1 or 2 weeks. I have all my clients fill out check-in questionnaires as well, and that's where they're going to track their body weight every single day. And then we pretty much just take a look at their week 1 average weight compared to their week 2 average weight, see what we're looking like, see if they were gaining weight or losing weight or staying about the same. And then that's going to be what's going to tell me whether or not they're in a calorie deficit, a calorie surplus, or a calorie maintenance. And then that there is when we will make that adjustment. We'll either increase their activity a little bit or decrease their calories or a combination of both. And then over time, that's pretty much what we do because your maintenance calories are always going to be changing. So at the beginning of the program, your maintenance calories might be 3,000 and then you'll slowly keep losing weight if we're eating like 2,700. But then after a while, since you're losing weight and you've been eating in a deficit for such a long period of time, your maintenance calories may come down to 2,700, and then we're like, boom, we're eating 2,700 and you're burning 2,700, you're not losing weight anymore. That's when we need to make the adjustment again, either increase the activity by steps or cardio or training or decrease the calories a little bit more. And then we continuously just keep checking in with each other, me and my clients, and make sure that we're making those appropriate adjustments. The other questions that are on the check-in questionnaire, just to really make sure that we're not like killing them or anything like that or starving them, is how's your energy, how's your strength, how'd you do with your nutrition, how'd you do with your training, what went well, what went bad, how much sleep you've been getting, how much water have you been getting. And that pretty much just allows me to know how they're doing. Like, are they starving? Are they even following the program? Are they getting their lifts in? How accurately are they tracking their calories? Are they really drained? Are they feeling good? Are they getting stronger? Pretty much allows me to know like what's going on or where the issues are, where the problems lie. And then I also want to know what's going well. I want to know their wins. I want to know their losses, things like that. And then we do check-ins every single week. So hop on a phone call with them on every other week, and then we do voice message check-ins on the opposite weeks of that. Pretty much just I'm going over their check-in questionnaire, answering questions they have. I'm asking questions to them, seeing how things are going. I tell them what we're going to adjust and why we're going to adjust it. That way they can kind of learn and understand what's going on and why they're not making progress, why they are making progress, why this is happening, why their energy's down, why they're sleeping better, why they're sleeping worse. And then we make the fine little changes, the fine little fine-tuning of everything, whether their breakfast is off or their lunch isn't the correct type of lunch that I want them getting, or they're not getting enough sleep, or I want them to have more of this nutrient. Whatever it is, we hop on the phone call, we talk on the voice messages, and we make those adjustments to make sure that they're continuously staying on track. Everyone's mission and everyone's goal, everyone's journey, they're all going to be slightly different. So with each and every client, it's not going to be the same conversations. It's not going to be the same thing at all. Everyone's story is going to be different. So that's why we're finding out what's going on, finding out where the issues are, correcting those issues. And I would say that's one of the main and most important things for my clients, and probably the number one thing that allows my clients to reach their goals is having that accountability factor, making sure that they're hearing to someone, making sure that they're checking in, making sure that they know what's going wrong, making sure they know what's going right. That way we can make those adjustments and fine-tune those things. All of my clients that consistently fill out their check-ins and consistently book their calls and consistently follow what I'm telling them, and they work with me and we build that relationship, all of those clients are very successful. The only clients that I see that are not successful are the ones missing their check-ins, the ones that are missing their phone calls, the ones that are not staying in contact with me, the ones that are not accountable for themselves and they're not allowing me to keep them accountable. Those are the ones that do not have the success. So I would say the number one thing whenever working with a coach is to trust them, stay in contact with them, ask questions, make sure you're knowing what's going on and figuring everything out. But as far as that goes, that's pretty much the rundown and the summary on how I work with my clients, how I assess their situation, how I build out their programs, how I build out their nutrient plans, how I make those adjustments throughout, and how I keep them accountable to really reach their goals. And obviously I give 24/7 access to all my clients as well, just through text messaging. So if they ever have any questions in the gym or in the kitchen, or they're cooking something at the grocery store, whatever it is, they can always shoot me a text. I'm a big voice message guy, so I just, yeah, eat this, cook that, yeah, pair this with that, skip this, skip that, whatever it may be. We're making those immediate adjustments. So I'm always in tune, I'm always locked in. I love my clients, love working with them, love seeing the progress that they make. But other than that, hope you guys learned a little bit on how I work with all my clients and how I help them progress. Hopefully you guys can benefit from this. If you guys ever are wanting help and wanting more guidance and wanting more one-on-one coaching, feel free to reach out. I'll tie the link in here in the description of this video. But I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting a lot more like vlog content soon, and I might be doing more content like this where it's educational and informational. Just let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this type of content, then just go ahead and drop a comment below. But until next time, peace.